everybody. How are you doing tonight? Welcome to the Joyful Finding Show. This beautiful January 12th of 2024. It's going to still get me a while to get used to saying 24. But here we are because we flew through last year. And this year is going to be just as fast, you guys. I feel like the timing is just like, remember, I was just here last Friday night. And bam, here I am again. How are you guys doing? And I love that Ruth just showed up. Thank you, Richard and Robert and Ruth, because I was just telling Tiffany before the show started, I said, Ruth's going to show up. I'm going to have my 3 R's for the first comments. And there's Marsha. Awesome. Welcome, Marsha. Glad you could be here as well. But it's funny how all that just pops in. There's a lot of energy kicking tonight. So I want you guys to really tap in to all of this energy that's coming to, through, and around you, who you really are. Knock out everything else that's going on all around you. Stand in your beautiful bubble, armor of God, whatever you want it to be, whatever that is, so we don't let any outside interference in, because we're not allowing that tonight. I put it out that you guys, we're not allowing all that heavy energy in tonight. You guys are releasing and allowing it before you even get on the show this evening. So let it go. Okay, let it go. Let it go. We are going to manifest and create our future because we're getting out of our fear. We're getting out of our own way. We're learning a new pattern that's totally going to work for us. And I'm super excited for all of you and everything that you guys are going to invent, explore, and whatever it is that you have, that your passion is, that you want to help the community do. So hello. I see there's more people popping on. Let me say hello to some of my lovely peoples. Hello, darlings. And Robert, thank you for your donation. You are number 1 this evening. Thank you. All right. Ruth is in the house. Barbara, Marsha. Hello, darling. Super Space Cookie. How you doing, Sarah? Awesome. Anybody else? If you're out there, pop in and into the little messages and say, hey. I'd love to hear from you. Know you're out there. Even if you listen in the archives, you can always leave a comment there as well. Like, subscribe, follow me, whatever it is. Share if you feel like this is important for somebody else. If you feel some of the messages were helpful for you and they might be helpful for somebody else, definitely pass this around. You know what I mean? Say, we're all out there for everybody. Hello, Linda. Hello. I'm so glad you guys are here. Linda. Why do I feel like I know you, Linda? And I haven't seen a Linda in a long time. All right, you guys, I'm so glad you guys are here. The energy again is kicking. Okay, so there's been a lot of things that are happening very quickly. So this is where I talk about you guys getting into that lazy river. You guys have to trust your own intuition. That's kind of like the river that we're getting in, right? And you kind of go with the flow. You follow what your intuition is telling you, not the outside sources, because that just sometimes becomes chatter and becomes confusing. And we don't want to have any more of that. We just kind of want to be in our soul self, our energetic self, our, all of that good stuff. Anyways, there's a lot of, oh my God, the energy today is like all the rays of the rainbow, the colors. They're kind of like when I close my eyes and I tap into all of you, there must be a lot of stuff going on, because I feel like there's like shooting stars going off with the colors, and there's all this fade going in. So again, there's going to be excitement that's coming forward, because each one of you, right, are following in one of those color rays right now, whoever you might be. Okay, you're getting in tune with yourself and you're getting more of the messages. This is what I've been getting for people. More people are becoming more and more awake. They're starting to really see the bigger picture that we've been talking about for a really long time. And I'm talking eons, not just, this short little lifespan that we've had in this lifetime, because this has been ongoing. And we're ready to break a lot of cycles, right? We're ready to break a lot of those patterns that have been keeping us enslaved and not allowing us to be our true, authentic selves, right? We've always been little puppets of some sort. And we're breaking free from that, right? We're tuning in to who our higher self is. We're tuning in, we're discerning through everything that's given to us in this earth space, right? I wish I should have sent the video to Tiffany, but I didn't. So I'm going to talk about this for a little bit, because this is I talked about this with Tiffany right before the show too. So I was on Twitter or X or whatever you guys want to call it these days, but I was there. And I came across this guy that said he was like disconnected from the 3D timeline, so to speak. And I was like, all right, I'll listen to what he has to say. And the way he explained it was really good, a really good analogy. So imagine yourself, or him, this was him, you know, on the New Year's Eve and watching all the fireworks in all the, you know, countries and whatever as it kept going around the world. And he used to be able to feel the excitement of all those, you know, the new year ringing in all around the world. And this time it was more like he was the observer. So I feel like that's how I feel. You know, I feel like I'm more of the observer than tapping into that energy of what was, because it's like we're disconnecting, if that makes sense. It's all going to be different as we move forward. It's going to be amazing, but it's going to be different. But it's like, how have you noticed that you have stepped back and kind of been more of the observer now, rather than tapping into some of the energy that's been going on out there? Okay, what have you guys been feeling out there? So down because my husband died in November. Oh, Linda, I'm very sorry to hear that. Send bunches of love. You'll be on the message list later. Let me put your name down so I remember you, because I feel like you're going to have a message, Linda. All right, let me write down a couple things, you guys. Well, it's on my mind. Woo-hoo. All right, so I'm glad you were able to join us in this energy. I'm glad that you are going through whatever healing process you're going through, Linda, because the death requires some kind of healing process for everybody, and everybody is different. So we're here to assist you in whatever healing journey that you are on, and know that we love you. Okay, know that you are loved, dear. And as you can see in my comments, my people are very loving. They send out big hugs and love. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. I'm telling you guys. Oh, you guys are amazing. Amazing. Okay, so I wrote you guys' name down so I remember. But they also want me to talk about, because things are moving very quickly, right? I talk about time all the time. So pay attention to the time as well, right? Because that's all also being manipulated, I feel like, because, you know, there's so many, there's just so many levels of things that we just don't have all the answers to yet, right? And we can feel like there's that question mark, like we always have another question that follows another question. But now I feel like those questions are going to be answered. Like God is finally bringing forth the answers. You just have to be open to seeing them. Okay, so be aware of the things that are showing up for you, whether it's signs, symbols, numbers. What else might be showing up for you guys? Oh, animals. Oh my God, I'm getting all kinds of birds lately. New ones. Big flocks of murder of crows. That cool hawk that waited for me. It's so funny because I didn't even know. Normally I would not look at the top of my house when I pull in my driveway. But when I pulled in my driveway, I saw this beautiful hawk sitting on one of the wires that go out to the telephone poles, you know. And I was like, are you going to stay there long enough for me to go walk around the side of the house to get your picture? And he stayed there for me. So I want you guys to really tap in to nature. I want you to tap into your higher selves. I want you to get out of whatever funk or frequencies that do not serve you for your highest and best. So if people are always wah, you know, always crying, always playing the victim, let them sit in that for a while. You cannot pick them up. That's something they have to learn. So I feel like there's somebody out there that has to hear that. So, you know, that's important for you guys. Remember also self-care. I need you guys to remember that you are also as important as everyone else that you take care of. Okay, so I want you guys to remember that. You are a high priority. We seem to put other people first, especially if we're moms, you know, or we feel like we're responsible for X, Y, and Z, whatever it could be. Just all tap into that. Hello, dear Lenka. I saw your name out there. Lenka. Glad you could be here. It was nice running into you today, too, which is so funny because I kind of knew I was going to do that, too. So, are you guys getting into your intuition so you can kind of actually see things happen before they kind of happen, or you're kind of like lining it up? You know what I mean? So weird, but it's so cool. I want you guys to tap in and use that stuff, too. So, and a lot of you guys might have been having weird dreams. Even your meditations may be a little different because I feel like you're getting messages differently now. So pay attention to all of those things. Okay. It's super important that you pay attention to a lot of those things. Okay. Okay. All right. Does this bring up any questions? You guys got any questions this week? I feel like you guys have questions of some sort. Throw your questions out there in the chat box. Whether you're watching over here on YouTube or Rumble or Twitter. And where else are we? LinkedIn. I know I'm forgetting something. Rumble. We're on Rumble. We're all over the place, you guys. Say hi in the chat. And if you're on Rumble, don't forget to go over into the live chat so you can chat now and not in the comments. I know it makes it a little tricky sometimes, but you got to find your way. And you will. You will. All right. You guys are amazing beings of light. Beings of light. All right. Let's see what else we got. You guys are bringing through a lot of energy. Oh, and also I can feel that we're getting ready to get through to another new year, right? In February, the Chinese New Year, right? Because my brother made me break out a shirt because when I went to the closet and said, "What am I wearing tonight?" I went through my closet and I kept coming back to this, and he's like, "You need to wear the dragon shirt." And I'm like, "All right, I'm wearing it." And it's funny because I heard from somebody yesterday that had been in a relationship with my brother a very, very long time ago. And she reached out and she asked me if he had passed. And I was like, yes, yes. And I gave her the date and she sent me some pictures and I cried like a baby, you know, but sometimes healing takes a while. Maybe I'm bringing this up for Linda's sake as well. Healing sometimes takes a while and we just sometimes break down and cry, or we still have those feelings, and we have to feel those as humans. You know what I mean? We have to go through whatever, even though we understand the process maybe of death and dying, and that, you know, our bodies are just this vessel that we're in, because really our soul is right here. You know what I mean? It's lights us this whole body up. I always look at it as like, if you see yourself as like a transformer, you know, those beautiful cars that turn into like robots and stuff, you know what I mean? Technically, that's kind of how we are as humans. We're kind of built the same, but not the same. They always kind of like play off things. But, you know, it's like we chose these vessels, right, to be in this lifetime. So we were going through there, and I want to be married too, and I want to have these experiences. So you've chose a lot of the things. Now we have a choice to choose things differently as well. So I want to bring this up a little bit. So we have a choice to choose things differently for ourselves so that we make better choices for ourselves. Because I can tell you, when I was, you know, early 20s and now, I am definitely not making the same decisions that I made then. We all go through growth, right? There's always this growth that's going on. We're always learning. We're always experiencing new experiences. We're learning from those experiences. We're seeing the patterns that sometimes we need to change so that we can better our lives, right? Because if we stay stuck in the same pattern, we keep getting the same results. It doesn't work for us, right? We finally have to figure out how to change that. And it comes from you. It comes from within. I feel like it comes from that connection to God, because when I finally got that connection back, it's funny because I kept looking for it in a church. I talked about this with someone the other day. I kept looking back because, you know, when I was a recovering, you know, Catholic and not wanting to go to church again after 13 or whatever, because that was not the God that I know, you know, the one they were describing. I was like, this is not the same guy. And then in my 20s and then into my 30s, I kept looking for maybe a church or something, and it never worked out. You know, it always came down to being either too political or whatever. You know what I mean? It just didn't come down to just what our connection to God and all that stuff. It all had to play with all other facets of life that are not important to that connection. Okay, so finally, when we get into that connection, and a lot of us can get into that during our meditation, when we're walking, as long as you have a belief in the God system, right? If you have a belief in a higher source than yourself, you know, and you believe that to be God, Jesus, whoever that is that you're putting that light in, right? Because the light will shine down on you. Okay. And that's what I get when we're in that connection and we're staying in that connection. We kind of like, it kind of like opens new doors for us. Okay. Those opportunities start to really advance for us because we're in that true connection. Right. And I show it from top to bottom because I always feel like they're above us and not below us, even though they're all around us. You know what I mean? But I feel like that connection, right? Because somewhere they cut it off. Right. We have all these different energy sources inside of us, you know, because we're our own energy source, really. So, but we have to, anyways, that's a whole other story. They don't want me to go there. So anyways, but all these energies, these sources that we have within us, they cut us off, right? They cut us off at the connection, right? They cut us off in the third eye. They cut us off in the crown, you know, and they cut us off in a lot of other places too, right? They kind of like mess with everything. So we had mixed signals. And when we decide that we are no longer being able to be controlled from the outside, no matter what we put inside our body, or what is allowed inside of our air, our water, it's no longer affecting us. We're putting up the intention, right? Our words are powerful. So we're putting up that intention that nothing can harm us, right? There's nothing here that can harm me in this. I'll take what nutrients I can and release the rest. I feel like I'm giving a lot of information tonight. So, but anyways, there's a lot of energy coming in and I want you guys to feel this energy that's just, and I feel like it's flowing right out to you. It's like all these. So there's a lot of people that are going to be opening up those higher chakras tonight. So that's going to lead to your star. That's going to lead even higher. Okay. Because there's a lot of, levels to what we've had to go through, right? So if we go from 3 to 5, right? And then we go to 5 to 7, you know, because there's no limit to where you can go. You limit yourself and what you believe and how you manage all of that. But anyways, there's many of you that are connecting on so many much higher levels, allowing yourself to break free of this earthly hold, right? Sometimes I don't have a word. They're holding me here. When we have these higher levels of intuition and frequency and light, and we're ready, like I feel like we're ready to have our own fireworks show, and each one of you are going to be like we're going to be like fireflies, right? We're all going to be vibrating this beautiful energy and stuff like that, which is so cool. So cool. Yeah. Okay, there is one more thing I want to bring up tonight, and that's the sun in the sky. And as I do that, I'm asking Tiffany a favor. If she can go over to Twitter and pull my last picture and share that about the sun. I want to talk about that for a minute if it's possible. So I'm sitting there, my son's in the chiropractor's office and Chris and I are sitting in the car. And all of a sudden I look out and I see this little rainbow thing. You know, I'm going to call it a rainbow, but it wasn't a rainbow. It was just color in the sky, right? And here in Florida, and those of you that live here, when was the last time you saw a sunny day where the sun wasn't blocked or there wasn't clouds or shooting crap across our skies? So I look up and there's like the sun's over here, right? I don't know how to do this. The sun is over here and the little rainbow pier is over here. So I was like, you know, and this is where I'm seeing like all those rainbow ray colors that I was talking about, you know, because sometimes back in the day when you could take a picture of the sun, you would see the outer ring of the sun, right? And I feel like this is part of that ring because I feel like it's expanded, right? But they won't let us see it here in Florida, the Sunshine State. They keep hiding that crap. So I feel like it's just very interesting. It's very interesting. But anyways, if not, just go over to my Twitter or my Facebook page. I posted it both there to check that out, because it's very strange how we don't get the sun anymore. I mean, we get the sun, but they totally block it. Even when I try to take a picture of it, there's like this fuzz or haze in front of it or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain. Yeah, there's my Twitter. You guys can go check it out. It's a really cool picture because it gets the sun, and it's like our aura. Like if we looked at ourselves as our aura, right? Say it's out 6 feet because we're all happy and joyful and we're walking around in this beautiful energy. And those of you that can see auras or whatever, fantastic. But if you imagine that we are like the sun, right? We are like the sun. We have this beautiful aura, and they keep blocking that from us, which is mean. But anyways, we're ready to break through that too, because I notice more and more people that live here locally are actually starting to notice it as well. They're starting to go, this is the weirdest winter ever. Oh, where there's a lot of clouds. And I swear to God, they start shooting stuff in the sky as soon as I wake up in the morning. They're shooting stuff before the sun even rises. Crazy. Crazy. Hi, Jamie. How are you doing, honey? So glad you're here too. Anyone else new pop in? Is that all of you? I think I said hello to everyone that's here. Awesome sauce. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. I'm so glad you guys are here and part of this beautiful energy and a part of this historical time. Everything's going to change and it's going to be so beautiful. And it's all depends on what you believe in, right? 3D, doom, destruction, blah, blah, blah. All of what we've already had. We've already been there, done that. Who wants to do that anymore? We're going to go over here. I believe in the good stuff. And then, it kind of goes back to the beginning when I said that we are more of like the observer. You know what I mean? We're not so much involved in that chaos anymore. We're more involved in the change, right? It's about what we want to change moving forward. And we want to make lots of changes. We know deep down things cannot stay the same. We know that it's time to change. You know what I'm saying? Marcia says, yes, even for the minute the sun came out, there were those trails and clouds that were spread out like butter. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Agreed. It's awful stuff. Awful stuff. Hi, Chai. I don't know how to say your name correctly. I'm going to say Chi. Chi. I'm so glad you're here as well, you guys. This is awesome. All right, so we're almost to the 30-minute mark, so that's a great time to have a word from my sponsor, Miss Beautiful Marsha Morse. Thank you for your donation, Chai. I'll be getting to those after the break. So you guys check out Marsha Morse of Feng Shui My Space. She's amazing, amazing, amazing when she wants to tap into you and help you organize or do something to your house, your office, whatever you want to change the energy in, that's going to reflect what's going to be for your highest and best, what colors might be best, what blends well together. Make sure you have a balance of everything, so everything kind of just falls into place for you. So you guys check out Marsha Morse from Feng Shui My Space. Choo-choo. Awesome. Like I said, look up fengshuimyspace.com. Give Marsha a call. Even if you're looking to buy a house in the Sarasota area, check her out. She's amazing. Thank you, Marsha, for being a sponsor of my show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, you guys. Now we get into the message part of the show. Woo! If you guys would like to make donations, you guys can do that on YouTube. You guys can do that in Rumble Rant. If you guys are over there on Facebook or any of the other ones, Rumble, you can do it over there. You guys are more than welcome to hit up my Venmo right there. That is up on the screen. And it's also in the description of the show. So if you want to even find it later, it is there for you. And the donations are much appreciated. Thank you very much. Very, very much. All right, you guys. So I got 2 donations so far. So they'll be my first 2. And then I'm going to roll from there. This is how it's going to go so far that I'm aware of. It's going to go Robert, and then it's going to go Chai, and then I'm going to do Linda since I feel like I'm drawn to her. And then I'm going to do Dia because she's not here. She's out to dinner with friends, but she asked me earlier. So I'm going to fit her in there because I remember. And then I'm going to do Marsha since she's a beautiful, she just had a birthday this last Monday. So this is going to be part of her birthday present, Marsha. Thank you for being there. So Marsha's going to be number, wow, I can't even count, you guys. This is bad. I'm skipping numbers and stuff. Woo! Jesus, what happened there? That's crazy. All right, so Robert, let's find out what's going on in your world today. So Robert, I want you to really take a very, very cleansing breath. Okay, maybe 2. Okay. Whatever feels good to you. So you don't feel tight anywhere. You feel really relaxed. Let's really allow the energy to like flow. Like you don't want to feel any blockages or anything like that. You just want the energy to just flow. Like you are the river. Okay. And water just flows through you, washing out what no longer serves you, leaving you with the highest and brightest outcomes. Okay. So let's write your name down here, Robert, and see what I get for you today. All right, Robert. Wow. All right, Robert, you're going to make decisions and you're going to make them very quickly. Like you are going to be you may not have always been impulsive, but I feel like when you get the idea now that it's time for you to do something, it's like go time, like it's do it now. You are going to make changes. Okay. And I feel like it's about where you live. It might be about where you work. There's going to be changes in relationship. These are things that you've been holding on to that are not bringing about your highest and best energy and outcomes is what I'm feeling. Okay. So Robert, you're going to switch things up and you're going to make up your mind pretty quickly. It's going to be go time. That's what I'm hearing. Go time for you. So be ready. Well, you are ready because once you make up your mind, that's when you do things. So you will be ready. Okay. You will be ready and you will just take off with it. If you have any questions, I don't know if you dropped them in the chat. So I'm going to leave that with you, dear Robert. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. And this year is going to be amazing, depending on what intent you put out there to create for yourself. So create your goodness. Create your goodness. All right. Because it's up to you. And it comes from your thoughts first. So remember what you're thinking about. All right, dear Chai, let's see what's going on in your world, or Chi. I need help there. All right, but anyways, I'll still tap into your energy. You've got this flowing energy going on. All right, what is it going to do? All right, so, I feel like you're walking around with all these little bubbles, okay? So and it's not a bad thing. This is a good thing because I feel like it's like this protection bubble. So imagine yourself, like this is what they're showing me. Like imagine yourself covered in cotton balls. I don't know why they're showing me cotton balls, but here we are. Okay, so they're showing me all covered in cotton balls. So you kind of like maybe bounce into things, but you don't really feel anything. So energetically, that's kind of how you're moving about right now. Even though that's just the physical analogy they're giving me, that's not what it really is. So it's like you're kind of like moving around and it's kind of in this nice flow. Okay. But it's more like bubbles, that's what it feels like. I feel like I'm in this like, if the lazy river was like a hot tub and had bubbles coming out of it, that's what I'm kind of feeling as well. So maybe you need to relax a little bit as well. I'm feeling like relaxation would be good for you. And also it's time for you to decide what it is going to be the change that you want to make for yourself this year. I feel like you've been debating between 2. You know what I mean? And you can do both. I'm getting you can do both. You can find balance in that. So I'm going to leave that with you, my friends. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So, all right. Linda is next, and then Dia, and then Marsha. And then I'll tap into anybody else that's out there this evening. All right. Let's go to Linda. Linda. All right. So, Linda, the first thing that I'm getting from you is from your husband, and he wants you to know that he is always near you. He does not leave your side energetically. Okay. I feel like things kind of like, um, I feel like when he left his body, it happened very quickly for whatever reason. But he is like, I am always near you. And he's trying to help you make some kind of decisions or whatever. And he's trying to cheer you up, but he's not sure how to do that from that side, you know, because he's wanting you to tap in and listen because he has a lot of insight for you. I feel like if you sat down and kind of like listened or kind of went for a walk and been, all right, show me the signs, show me what I need to know, show me. I'm getting to ask to show me. Okay, so I feel like he really wants to show you this information that he has for you, but you have to be in tune, whether it's the bird that's showing up for you, the numbers that are showing up for you, whatever that is going to be information from him to you. But he is always, always near you, always, always. Because he says, Linda, dearest, I am near. That's what he wrote when I wrote your name. So I am near. Like you are very, very close. You just can't physically be in the same room like you had been in the past. So I send you great love, Linda. I know it's not always easy. So I'm going to send that to you. Thank you. All right. All right. Let's see what else I got. All right. So I did, you guys. I should be paying attention here. All right. So I'm going to do Dia. She's out there in Idaho. She says it's freezing right now. It's freezing. Lots of drawing going on. All right. And they're kind of showing me like snow and wind, but that's okay. That just means it's a storm. But you already know that you make it through the storm with no problem because it's not your storm. You're the observer of it, right? You're the observer of the storm, right? We see it. It could be passing through our front yard, but we're still the observer, right? There's this observing. You'll do a lot of observing though, but I feel like this is just reiterating a lot of that in a lot of different scenarios. I'm getting like dream time, wake time, and a lot of that. And I'm also getting like there's a shoe. So I don't know what the shoe is for you, but they're saying the word shoe. And I'm getting a Q and an E and an E. And that is what I get for you today, Dia. Thank you. Hope that means something for you, my friend. All right. And then, dear Marsha, Marsha just had a birthday. Huh. All right, so I'm getting a Jeffrey for you. And I don't know who this guy is, Marsha. I've never gotten a Jeffrey for you, but he just signed his name, Jeffrey. So there's a Jeffrey. Maybe he's a guide. Maybe he's somebody that's ready to tap in and talk to you. But he's bringing forth a cake. So I'm getting a cake from you. So maybe this was some family member or something. But I'm getting a Jeffrey. Okay, and I'm getting like just to go with the flow. I'm getting to everything's going to fall into place. You have to let go of the worry so it all falls into place in divine time. So you continue to keep doing what you do without getting too wrapped up in it. Be more of the observer, they said. More of the observer. Okay, that's the word of the night. Observer is the word of the night. I've said it 100 times, I think, already. Observer. So there's always a word of the night sometimes. Okay, so Marsha, just go with the flow, my dear. Everything's going to be more wonderful than you can believe. So I'm going to leave that with you, dear. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You're welcome, Linda. I should catch up on some of you guys out here. Hold on. Let me scroll back here. Can't keep up with you guys. All right. Let's see what you guys got going on. Hi, Kim. How are you tonight? Message if I have time. Kim, I'll throw your name on the list. I know Ruth hasn't asked for everyone yet, but she's out there. I put your name on the list too. I see there's a Christine out here. Let's see what, I got to scroll down a little bit more. Christine, great night to have off. Woo, you get to watch tonight. You're going to get a message. And Christine was my mom's name, so that's awesome. Yay. All right, let's see who else I got here. Linda says, thank you. You're very welcome. Everyone's wishing, aw, very nice. Very nice. Okay, and if there's anyone else out there that wants a message this evening, because we still have a lot of time left, my friends, a lot of time left. Just tap in and say, hey, I would like a message. All right. See, I already knew you wanted one, Ruth. I put your name down. So I got Kim, Ruth, and Christine. And if I missed anybody else, I don't see your name out there. Oh, yes, I do. I didn't go back up far enough. There's Lanka. See, Spirit's talking to me now. And Barbara, even though I talked to you this week, you're still getting another one. Dear. Was that everybody now? Was that everyone that's in my chat right now? All right. Without me going back through my list. Oh, and Sarah. Sarah's out there. Super safe spaghetti. All right. I think I did good. All right. Chad, I gave you your message like 4 messages ago. Rewind a little bit. Rewind. All right. So, Kim. Yeah, you were after Robert, my friend. All right. So, Kim. Kim Smith. All right, Kim. This is different. Okay, so Kim, what I'm getting for you, my friend, is there's something that you are changing or wanting to change. You're flip-flopping on something. Like, I feel like I'm going kind of like back and forth on something. I want to, maybe I'm tossing an idea around or I'm tossing something around. There's something that's not keeping you in balance right at this moment. But you'll find your balance because as soon as you make your decision about whatever this is you're tossing around, everything falls into place. Okay? Everything looks like it's aligned, but you have to be aligned, if that makes sense to you. So go with that flow, my friend. And I also feel like a canoe, a kayak, I don't know, something around water. Water. That's what I'm getting for you, dear Kim, tonight. So thank you. All right. And then Ruth. All right. You've been into designing something, Ruth. You're getting very detail oriented. You are getting, I feel like I'm getting out I wish I had a magnifying glass right in front of me, but I don't. I feel like I'm going and I'm looking and I'm being very detailed. So I'm getting to, sometimes we got to walk away before we walk back in and then everything will kind of flow again. But I feel like you get there's something that kind of like, because you want it to be perfect. And I totally understand that. But sometimes you have to walk away to take a break, to come back to it again, to create again. Okay. Because I feel like I'm trying to put a key in the lock. You know what I mean? And sometimes the lock is like froze and it won't move. So I'm getting just walk away for a minute, center yourself with something. And you've also been super busy because I feel like I'm here, there, everywhere. I feel like I'm being Gumby and I'm being stretched in all these different directions. So remember to stay centered, my friend. And also something about herbs you're learning. Herbs and vitamins, not vitamins, but minerals. I don't know what that means for you, but that's what I'm getting for you, my friend. All right, so that was for Ruth. Christine. Let's see what's shaking in your world today. Christine, I feel like you are being thrown. No, not thrown. But yeah, I feel like you are being thrown a life preserver. Okay, sometimes you feel like you might be drowning. or being overwhelmed. That's more like it, being overwhelmed. So you have to remember to take the lifesaver, whoever is offering it. Sometimes you are totally good at giving, but at receiving you have a hard time with sometimes, I feel like. So you have to be a grateful receiver as well as a giver. Okay, because I feel like you give a lot of your time, a lot of your energy, and you forget that some of it should also come back to you. But this also reminds me of like an inner tube being in my lazy river that I talk about all the time, and that you are ready to get into a new flow. There's a new direction that you would like to take yourself in. They say that please move yourself in this direction with no fear. Okay, because sometimes you let fear hold you back. Okay, and they're not wanting you to do that anymore, because I see you keep flowing into this new pattern that you're going to create yourself, and there's going to be roads that are well traveled that you want to follow, and you're going to feel that from your intuition leading you down. You're going to go, all right, is this the right path for me? And you're going to tap in and you're going to know. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with you, Christine. It's time for you to go with the flow. Go with the flow, my friend. Kim says, very tired. Yes, that's the side effects of decision making. Yes, it is, honey. Yes, it is. All right. All right. So I did Christine. And then we have Lenka. Lenka is the busy little bee, spreading her light here, there, and everywhere. Oh, you must have been seeing more bees too. Bees, 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 bees. Okay. Wow, what do you have going on, girl? You have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you sometimes feel like you're in 6 different places at once, or 6 different energetic timelines? Or, I feel like you're getting a lot of messages from all levels too. So I feel like this is a lot of information that's trying to flow to you. So I know you don't have a lot of time right now for a couple months, to be able to write down or take notes or anything like that. But when you feel the urge, break out your phone and leave yourself a note or something to go back on, because I feel like you're getting valuable information that's going to help you move forward in the next parts, because there's going to be a lot of changes, and you may actually be asked to, like, I know you're going to say no, but I feel like there's going to be a better position for you to be in so that you can help things function better, because you've learned the system and you can beat the system, if you know what I mean. You can make it better and more. That's just the word they keep using, better. So I'm going to leave that with you, Lenka. The better bee. The busy bee better. Oh, I know where that came from. All right, so I did Lenka, and then I got Barbara. Barbara. Da, 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 da. They're showing me all the energy flowing. Da, 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 da. All right, so the energy is flowing to you, my friend. Let it flow through you. You know exactly what to do with it and when, even if you don't understand it. More and more is going to start making sense for you. You're going to be able to help others while you're assisting. Well, you are tongue time. Well, you are learning about your gifts and your abilities. You are assisting those around you in ways that you don't even know. Your human wants to say something, but sometimes it's important to not say something. And I think you understand this, and then when the right time is, you'll know exactly what to say. So just trust yourself. Don't get caught up. Be more of the observer of what's going on around you. Don't let it interact with your energy. Okay, this is where we kind of like bubble up and we're like the observer. We're in our own little fishbowl, right? In this energetic bubble, and we're looking out at everybody rather than everyone being in the fishbowl with us, right? Because that's how everyone outside of us looks at us at Earth, right? I feel like we're in this fishbowl and everyone's looking in at us saying whatever they say. You know what I mean? So, Barbara, I'm going to leave that with you, my dear. Ruth says that totally resonates, Melissa. Thank you. You're welcome. Christine says so true. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Who did I say was next? Sarah. Sarah, I don't think I've given you a message in a little while. Must be a busy little girl because I haven't seen you in a while. All right, Sarah, let's see what's shaking in your world today. All right. Choices, decisions, following your. All right. I'm seeing a ladder. I'm seeing changes. I'm seeing that you want to go in a new direction or create something new with this new direction. But sometimes you get caught at a crossroad and then you have to loop back around. Okay. So this is about you kind of like recognizing a lot of your patterns that you have going on right now. What is it that your true highest self, of this human being that's walking this earth right now, what is that you want to create for yourself, your family, your child, whatever it is that you have going on right now? It's about you being in complete, they're going truth with God. Okay. So I'm getting like, and it's so funny because I feel like I got a fishing hook. So I don't know if you've been fishing or whatever, but I feel like it's a fishing hook. So, like, are you going to bite? Are you going to like step into your truth? You know what I mean? And then I feel like I'm stepping forward like with all this armor on. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So you need to make decisions that are going to be for your highest and best self. And sometimes you get a little, I'm going to say dreamy. That's the word they're going to use, dreamy, about what it is you want to create, and which is great. But then it all falls apart. So there's something that doesn't have the follow through. So whatever it is that you're going to create has that follow through, has that positivity, has all the doors that open for you, and unlimited growth. So I see a lot of potential in the choices that you have coming forward. So I'm going to leave that for you, Sarah. I feel like that was a lot, but that's how it came. So thank you very much for being here, Sarah. Barbara says, wow, that was all incredible message. I am going to write it down and frame it. Thank you. You're welcome. Whoop-boo. Awesome. All right, you guys, we still have 10 minutes left. Is there anybody out there that wants or needs a message tonight? And anyone that I missed? I'm going to scroll up my list right now. You guys just hold on a second because I think I saw Devin out there. Was Devin here or was I seeing things? No, he is there. I see you, Devin, over there on Facebook. You're still snowing over there, mister? Is it still snowing? All right, let's see if I missed anybody else. Let me scroll. And Chai, like I said, you are right after Robert. So probably around the 8:30 mark-ish. Healing hugs. You guys are awesome. Did I miss anybody else's name? Oh, I'm going to throw Tiffany in the mix. I always forget Tiffany. If I forgot you and you guys are out there, I want to know. So I got Devin and Tiffany. Who else is out there? Who else is out there? Anybody? Anybody? All right. All right, Devin, let's see what's going on in Snowman Land. Devin, why do I feel like you're on vacation? I mean, maybe because it's winter time, I guess. Okay. Devin, I feel like you are kind of like, this is so funny. So you're in between these, like, I can use my hands since there were 5 of each, right? You're in, this is you, in between this 5 and this 5, right? It's so funny because there are 5 lines. So just imagine 5 lines. But anyways, I feel like there is going to be a clear transmission. That's what I'm getting with your higher self. Like there's going to be a knowing, like there's a new feeling, a new reality, but it's like you connecting in. That's the best way for me to describe it. It's like, it's just like I wish I could, I wish I could create video from the things that I see in my head sometimes, you know what I mean? Just like that, kind of like those AIs do, but I don't want that installed in my brain or anything. but it's like all this beautiful energy that's going on around you too, that's helping to assist you and those around you. And also the clear snow. I feel like the snow is about clearing and healing, for the land. Plus it brings water come spring. But I feel like there's something about the freshness of this snow and this time right now. So I'm going to leave that with you, Devin. Devin says it's about done, but the wind is going to pick up to blizzard warning. Well, there you go. There'll be snow drifts over there. It'll blow to one side of the driveway at least, right? Sarah says, I totally understand what you're saying. Thank you. I'm on the verge of creating a new product and debating on huge life change for me. Well, then there you go. Oh, Jamie's out there. See, I knew there was another name out there. So I'm going to add you to after Tiffany, Jamie. Woo, woo, woo. I'm so glad you guys reminded me. Sometimes I'm such a brain. My brain goes and it goes somewhere else. All right. So Tiffany. Oh, that's so funny. Tiffany. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, you just finished a cycle too. But I also feel like it's a fan. Like I'm fanning myself, those fans, those little paper fans or whatever. So I feel like there's something that's going to be breezing into your life, right? Because I feel like you're bringing it into your life. And it also reminds me of flowers, and it reminds me of sunshine, and it reminds me of the group, right? All of Goldylocks Productions. But it's also about something coming full circle for you. And then it's like there's like fireworks, you know what I mean? So there's like fireworks. And I keep working my hands like fireworks. I don't know what that means for you, but whew, there's going to be all kinds of fireworks. So just keep your same trajectory in whatever direction you're going. You're going to be learning more, exploring more, sharing more. And there's one other thing, but that's for your surprise, they said. So they don't want me to dig in too deep. So I'm going to leave that with you, Tiffany. Thank you very much, dear. Thank you for being you. All right, Jamie, let's see what's shaking in your world. I haven't read for you in a little while because you're always so busy, busy, busy. You guys are all creators out there so much. Huh. Jamie, you have earned your wings. It is time for you to fly, 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 fly. And you are just like, you remind me of this little pixie fairy who's just taking her glitter and just kind of like sprinkling it everywhere that you go. It doesn't matter. It even comes through the words that you speak. You have just stepped into true power, and everything that you're going to create is going to be tenfold because you have the support, you have the energy, you have the will, you have the way. And sometimes things might get a little jumbled up or whatever, but that's a learning experience that had to be fumbled through, so to speak. But there's going to be a large expansion. So I feel like you might be finding that property if you haven't found it already, because I see like this big building, you know what I mean? But it's going to be more, you are about a community. So it's not just you. You're going to build you, and then you're going to build the community, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? But it's a gathering place. Like it's gathering, like lots of gatherings. I don't know. You're building something really humongous and big. You know what I mean? And you're thinking outside the box. And that's what really needs to happen. So they're saying, Jamie, continue on this journey because you're going to do more great things and more products. I feel like you have some new products in mind too. You guys are all being like creative, but they're showing me your angel wings. And they're actually, no, all right, back up. Jamie, I can't say said Joe. Huh. But actually Mo just came through, and she is like, I already know that you connect in with her, and she hasn't tapped in with me for a long time, but she is stepping in right now, and she is giving you the biggest bear hug. And I feel like there's people around you that know her, and there's been like something going on. I don't know, but she's bringing forth that energy, and she's actually like, she's gained her wings too, but hers are like, in heaven. But she is like this. She wants you to know how big and beautiful she is, and it's taken a while to get to this place, but you think of her often, and she's always there for you. So I'm going to leave that with you. Thank you, Jamie. She was always so cool. All right, you guys. Amazing stuff. Amazing. All right. All right. So, did I miss any of you guys? You're welcome, Jamie. She says, wow. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, and yeah, you guys are just amazing people, and you just are bringing together more amazing people and great events and everything else, and just everybody, every one of you that are out there listening right now, whether I know you personally or not, you are truly stepping into your power in more ways than you ever thought imaginable. You've stepped out of your fear, you've stepped out of your boxes, you are ready to go. It is go time. I feel like we are like, the switch is on. Like, I feel like we're all, this is so funny because I feel like we're at the horse race right now, and we're all at the gate and we are ready to go. We just need that gate to drop, and then we are off and we are running. But I want you guys to know, before we're off and running, we are making those baby steps right now to start creating those things. And it could start as simple as changing our thought patterns. What words are we using to create what it is that we want to create? I'll use the example. I could go into the convenience store down here, and I want to go in and I want to buy the winning lottery ticket, right? And I believe that I'm going to buy that lottery ticket, and I'm going in there. Not to say that this is going to happen, but this is how we set ourselves up, right? We're psyched. We're really believing it. And then as soon as we buy that ticket and we're not even all the way out the door, and you're like, I wasted my money. I don't know why I did this. You know what I mean? So don't do that. Be careful of where you put your mind. And if you are being mean or negative to yourself, change it up to something positive. We do not need to put ourselves down anymore. We are to be lifted up and lift those up around us. Okay. We are there to be of assistance for those that are feeling down, if we can help them, right? And sometimes it's just being there. Sometimes it's just sending a little bit of energy. You know, I could be driving by and I could see, you know, maybe an old man all humped over at the, you know, the gas pump or whatever, and I'll just send him a little bit of energy. I'll be like, hey, buddy, I think you feel like you need a little energy. You know what I mean? So spread your love around. Hold that door for somebody. Smile at them. Even if that person cut you off, smile. We don't have to flip them off anymore, because our anger doesn't get us anywhere. It keeps us in a different state than joy. Okay. And we're ready to live joyful lives, right? We're ready to change them so that they are the happiest we've ever been in our lives. And remember, all these old structures that we used to all be attached to are all in the midst of falling. Remember the implosion I talk about? It's all falling down. Okay. And we are building up in the middle of it. Right? Everything is, we're taking we're recycling. Okay. Everything that's fallen down, if we can reuse it, we're taking it and we're rebuilding with it. But if it doesn't, it needs to go to the dump or recycling or whatever. It just needs to be gone. And we are standing in that energy now of great change. You guys are changing every minute of every day, even as fast as it's moving. You guys are totally in tune. So I'm super proud of you guys. Give yourselves a pat on the back, because you guys are doing an amazing job. Whew, this hour goes by so fast, you guys. I just want you to know how much you are loved, how much you are appreciated, and just the amount of amazing things that you guys are going to do in this future is going to blow our minds and the world's mind as we all create together back in harmony. So you guys have an amazing week. I love you guys. See you next week.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.